So now I'm joined in studio here by one of Montreal's top event DJs, DJ Kirk from Jockey Productions. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Please give me a little background about you. How did you start DJing?
Started DJing about 8 years ago. I first started as a guest at just a standard Sweet 16. Next thing I know, I'm behind the DJ booth learning how to DJ, and 8 years later, here I am DJing for crowds up to 1,000 people at a time.
How many weddings do you think you've done in those years?
I think I've done probably maybe just over 200 weddings.
My goodness. And how have you seen your role change over those 200 weddings?
So at the beginning, it started off just as playing music, kind of background noise, and over the years, it's kind of developed into more as a wedding connoisseur, a wedding planner, an overall manager of the evening, from things like running the right timing on the photographers, the video shoots, organizing with the kitchen and the hall as well as to the timing of the meals, of course guiding brides and grooms who are very stressful on that day onto how to be the best them they can be and to really enjoy the night.
So couples can get completely lost in that day. How do you help them out with that?
So the first thing I do is I go up to the nervous couple and I always tell them, take a deep breath. You spent months, if not over a year, planning a wedding. And the last thing you want is the day of to be so stressed out that you start panicking or start drinking too much or start worrying about the little things. Mm-hmm. It's your night. It's a night that some people have dreamed about their entire lives. The last thing you want is to start freaking out for no reason or stressing out when you should just be having the best time out of everybody else there.
And it's your job if anything goes wrong or everything's not going smooth, you just
Absolutely. It's important to just be there when they need us and not even let them know that something's gone wrong. Most of the time, if there's ever a hitch, it's important to remain professional and really not work around the problem, but really just work through it. Things can happen as guests missing, maybe something happens, an argument could break out. If the hall is late on their food, how is it that you make up that time? So it's very important to not only act as a DJ and someone that's there to just provide entertainment for the event, but really act as someone who's there to take control of the event and really steer the event in the right direction. And
I think that's important. Some people think we'll just load up an iPod, we'll put all of the family's favorites on there, and you can't, because a DJ and an MC are really going to help the party go smooth.
Exactly. So the last thing you want is if you just have an iPod playing on shuffle. I mean, it's great. It's the music that you picked out, but it's not going to do the same job as someone who's there really adapting and learning with the crowd. Everything that you hear from an event DJ is really live and happening in that moment. It's not really something that's pre-done or something that's been predetermined in terms of a song list, such as a club DJ. Yeah. It'd be something more as live in the moment, really feeding off your crowd, your guests, and who you are as a couple.
Now tell me about that. When you're looking for a DJ, do you have to know the experience if they've had club experience or wedding experience?
So the way I'd like to look at it is a wedding DJ or an event DJ can DJ at a club, but a club DJ, to take them out of that club setting and throw them into weddings, it's a little bit different. As a club DJ, you're a little bit more prepared. You know what night you're going to go to. You know the genre of music. You have time to prepare, and you really have time to hunker down and really think about what it is you're going to play, feel out the crowd, and you have a little bit more preparedness. Whereas an event DJ, anything can happen. On the fly, you have to be adaptable. The song list that you chose or initially had in your head can change in an instant without you even realizing it.
Okay. Now, you're hosting a small wedding or a very big wedding. Does that change the amount of team members that you bring with you?
Absolutely. So on a larger scale event, you definitely need more hands to handle the event. So more intimate weddings, a little bit more intimate. You might just have myself acting as an MC and a DJ, a little bit more intimate with the crowd, playing jokes, really getting the crowd involved and making everybody feel like we're all family, or I'm part of the family.
You join up, yeah.
Exactly. But for a larger scale event, it's a little bit more, how do you control the crowd? How is it that you bring the attention of 1,000 or more people to one person or to one moment at the same time? Tons of emotions going on, tons of people who have different headspaces. So it's really important that you have the staff and you draw the right attention to the crowd.
Well, DJ Kirk, I want to thank you so much for coming into studio today.
Thank you for having me.
I want you to go to the Showcase Wedding website, get the party going by clicking on the link for Jockey Productions.